Where do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? Nobody gets out of my domain, whether alive or dead.
I'm leaving, Father. Try and stop me.
I'm pleased to know my new, more flexible arrangement remains to your satisfaction still, my lord. I must admit I feared that my departure would result once more in a protracted stay within the pits of Tartarus.
Don't give me such ideas, Orpheus. Instead, you go about your business there and play your blasted songs when circumstances call for it.
I shall be happy to oblige, my lord. Eurydice and I are grateful for your magnanimity.
Good thing that's settled then.
Oh, hi!
So what even happened when you lost your job, Dusa? Did you have someplace else to stay? Was everything alright?
You know, it's funny. After I was fired, at first, I just couldn't believe it. I felt lost. But after a few days or nights, it's like it opened up my eyes, you know? Suddenly I had all this time to myself, and what I realized was I was so tired. I think I really needed the break.
I'm surprised you wanted to come back to work after something like that. Wouldn't you be totally fed up? Burned out on the whole thing?
I love this work too much to get burned out, Prince. But that's me. I know there's more to being alive or being dead than just your work, but my work happens to be important to me. And besides, if I don't push myself from time to time, how can I ever know my limits, right?
But if you go too far beyond your limits, things can get bad. Believe me. I mean, you almost lost the job you care so much about.
You're right. I need to be more careful not to push myself too hard too often. Hey, could I ask a favor? Would you tell me if I go too far with work again?
Sounds good. I will. Lord Poseidon. Uncle Poseidon, sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like had you been part of it sooner. Your encouragement, your enthusiasm, it means a lot. To you, this Ambrosia's been to hell and back.
Oh, but isn't this a kingly offering indeed, my little ladies? I know how difficult it must have been to get, so distant from Olympus as you are. I'll never understand how come your father's cruel to you. For if you were my son, I would be proud. Proud anyway, but you get the idea.
Oh, 不解之缘，来说。
I shall be pleased to stand in for the father figure I can tell you never really had. You can engage in all sorts of aquatic competitions, solve riddles, visit the sea nymphs. Oh, it would be great, wouldn't you think?
Hey, I know this one.
Look who, Orphe.
这个旋律是在欣喜之中，是不是？可是歌词不一样了。
Hey, you're singing in the blood after all.
真的，嘿，我没有记错。
Oh, it is certainly my pleasure, Zagreus. This song of Eurydice's and mine, I've a connection to it, I suppose. Reminded me of some fond memories.
Oh.
They're both here. I've never heard anything like this. As good as you two sound each on your own, you're positively wonderful together.
A splendid compliment, my friend. Doubtless the fates themselves conspired to ensure Eurydice and I would meet and sing together, fall in love, and then be cruelly separated for some time.
Now don't you start with that again, you get me, Orphe? got our whole entire afterlives ahead of us, and lots of songs to catch up on.
Why, you're correct, of course, my dear. If you'll excuse us, Zagreus, our calling beckons.
没问题。
Nix, along with giving you this bottle of ambrosia here, there's something I've meant to say to you. The three fates have been very kind to me, because in denying me my birth mother, they gave me you. Without your steady presence here, I can't imagine what it would be like.
Oh, then the three fates are whimsical indeed. When you were born, and I was filled with fear for what it meant for you to be alive, to be responsible for you. I must admit, I did not guess that one evening you would provide for me both such a gift and such a sentiment.
Well, I mean every word. I love you, Nix.
I love you too, my child.
有了，不解之缘，尼克斯。
At first, I was deeply concerned that you were spending so much time with Dusa, child. It seemed unbecoming for the both of you, and threatened to disrupt our custodian's routine. Except, it pleases me to say that, in this case, I was mistaken about you.
我又不是只有在跟杜莎瞎扯而已，我跟每个人都在瞎扯淡啊。
Thank you for saying so, Nix. Though you mean you were mistaken about me or about Dusa?
I was mistaken about both of you. That you would influence her in a harmful way. Yet here in point of fact, she has performed her duties with increasing skill. That she would fail to perform her role or to learn well from her mistakes. Please do continue to look out for her.
好的。
I will. She'd do the same for me.
啊，看来杜莎跟尼克斯之间的事应该是圆满结束了。
Hey Orpheus, you know I once wrested this bottle of ambrosia from the champions of Elysium, defeating them 2 against 1, just so I could bring it here to you personally.
Please, my friend, I feel I am undeserving of such a relentless show of kindness on your part. I shall accept, but you'll relent, won't you? As well as forgive me.
Huh?
Mate, if that is your wish, then it will be my pleasure to oblige. Though may this gift symbolize the strength of our friendship for an eternity to come. I've learned so much from you.
Thank you, my friend. Would that I had capacity to take some joy from this.
刚刚那句话翻译是不是有错？我不太懂。
Return to the abyss.
Oof. This is the greatest delicacy of Olympus, Master Chaos. It's for you. I think normally it would be difficult for the Olympians to get it to you here.
You make an even greater offering to me, knowing it shall produce no material result. You are aware that I am not persuadable. Yours is a squandering of resources and time. Although, of course, we do have each of these in great supply. Now then, respond.
哇，还要回答？
I just think the act of giving isn't quite the same as an exchange. I know I won't be getting any sort of other talisman or something in return, but through these offerings, I can express my thanks. That's worth it by itself.
I see. So then the action is akin to theft. For you are getting something in return that I did not intend to give. I still have much to learn from my creation, son of Hades. So let us say that we have made an even trade. My learning for your worth.
What？ 我不懂他的逻辑。
Oh, you are just the best. I bet you died on purpose just to get this back to me, didn't you? Didn't you?
I have a secret, Hypnos. I've died on purpose every single time just to see you.
See you next time you die, okay?
You are here.
I don't often see you interact with Hypnos, Nix, so I just wanted to make sure. Is everything all right?
Hypnos still is learning independence, child. Thus I have decided it is best to keep my distance from him temporarily, else he shall continue to rely upon me, even for completing the most rudimentary
今天不是因为
requests.
不想沾
We have
上
agreed he shall not call upon me for
被
the
一个
time
麻
being.
烦鬼 麻烦人物缠上吗？
For the time being, how long are we talking? Can't remember the last time I saw you speaking with him now that you mention
从
it.
来没有过。
Based on his rate of progress, I suspect his education shall have been complete well before the dawning of the next age.
Okay.
Well, keep it up, Hypnos. Sorry to interrupt.
Welcome to Chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos and I have much catching up to do.
If you'll forgive me, Master Chaos, this ambrosia is intended to be given to those whom I care about, and I can think of few recipients I'd like to have it more. Please.
你要煮面。好啊。好。
You mentioned it, please, Master Chaos. All of this is new for me as well. I try never to overanalyze. My father does enough of that for all of us. I just know when I encounter the primordial creator, I'm going to give thanks.
好啦，这么想也是很敬畏了。我真的不懂他的逻辑，好难懂。
Sense your consternation, son of Hades, as you look about this space. You have another question and are free to ask.
Oh, it's just... I sometimes wonder, Master Chaos, if you created all of this, then who created you? What was this place before you arrived?
All of this simply came
自然而然出现。
presumably after a former time had finally reached its end.
他也不知道。
It was an act of will. It was more like a sudden shift, as when a conflagration happens from a spark. I arrived at such a time, and all else then arrived from me.
我有第二个问题，那为什么你要创造这一切呢？
But it would seem we have a visitor, don't we?
How goes it, lad?
I don't see that last bottle of ambrosia anywhere, which I can only take to mean you need another. Here, sir. Thanks for seeing me through all of this time after time.
You're thanking me, stranger. I've been here for some time, I think, and yet some of your customs, I'll admit, remain quite strange to me. You've done more for me than I've any right to expect from anyone.
真的。
It's just a bottle of ambrosia, sir. It's really no big deal. Okay, fine. It's rather difficult to come by, but still.
You jest, but I do not. I'd offer you my lifelong gratitude, but, well, you know.
You've got the rest of your life ahead of you as far as I'm concerned. Here's to starting anew, right? You can call me Zagreus, or Stranger, whatever suits you.
And I'm Patroclus, by the way. I'm realizing now we've not officially met. It's good to know you, Zagreus. Stranger.
不用两个都讲啦，确实他们两个真的没有自我介绍过诶。哇，最熟悉的陌生人。
Good fortune getting out of here, stranger.
That's who I think it is.
Hey, sir.
All this for someone such as me? You know I'm down here for a reason, don't you, Prince? Not just because your father and good Thanatos don't care for me. Yet, from the very first, you showed me decency I'd not experienced since I was a king. Perhaps not even then.
对啊，确实是蛮奇怪的。
Whoever it was you used to be, sir, I believe you've changed. And I'm proud to say that you're my friend. And Boldy there as well. It's odd for me to say, but I am glad you're here. I think I've learned a lot from you about all this.
Well, Your Highness, I'm honored very much indeed. And having you amongst my list of friends makes it perhaps the greatest such a list a fellow such as I has ever had. Isn't that right, Boldy?
巨石难得有个表情动画。
Take it from me, Prince Ed. Boldy concurs.
You guys are great.
和巨石。
Must say, Princette, the free life sure does have its perks down here. This place really isn't as bad as it's cracked up to be.
Glad to hear it, sir. But you're still here, the same as ever. Is it really all that different from the way it always was?
Well, it used to be I'd have to start heaving boldly there at any point if the Fury Sisters decided to show up. But now, I just get to relax, chat a bit with the other shades, and give you one of these when you're in the area.
话说你这些东西怎么来的？
I think I see that look again, if I'm not mistaken in it, lad. What's on your mind? If you'd like to share, I'm listening.
Oh, it's just... sometimes I find my thoughts, they wander between those I care about. It's not just one. You mortals, typically you had a single suitor, did you not?
So we often told each other, yes. But you're not like us mortals, or us shades. Nor are most of the others here. You gods... I cannot think of even one who had a single mate. Although, your father... maybe he is one.
Wait, you're saying father? He was never with somebody else besides my mother?
Well, I of course don't know so very much about him, lad. But that's the way of it from what I've learned. You needn't follow in his footsteps, though. I think you know that well enough by now.
我也听说黑帝斯就是很专情的一个希腊神。哎呦，怎么了？被驯化了吗？
I just get sleepy sometimes, Mom. I mean, I've
Ma?
been working so much lately. Just over there. You've probably seen me greeting shades, making my list, creating a welcoming environment.
Remember what we previously spoke of, Hypnos? Do not address me thus whilst we are here. Conduct yourself as befitting a servant of the House of Hades. And continue practicing your independence, please.
Yes, Mom. I mean, Mother.
No Zeus, of course.
All right, one more time.